Man, what is up with those two? This is the last day we have before the dorm closes down.
I love like the array of evokers there. You got like gun, collar.
Imagine walking in, right, to this scene. You have no idea what's going on. You just have a bunch of children sitting around a table with a bunch of guns on it and a collar. I'd be like, I probably shouldn't ask questions. This is probably
I don't
fine,
think I should
maybe.
be here. Turns around. Like the landlord arrives early to organise the dorm for the next tenants and walks in on the scene.
And it's just like,
I'll come
goes
back
right
later.
I'll come back later. It seems like you're in the middle of something. Yeah. I wouldn't want to bother you or anything like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, there's a treasure
Sure is
chest.
different.
Looking a bit Okamuro's palace.
Right, that place. That was the Big Bang Burger one, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm sensing a theme.
Yeah. I can't put my eye on it, though.
Okay, even more suspiciously, that's the same logo that was used for the Metaverse app while I was in control of it.
Ooh.
It was 3 eyes, which is curious because I don't think that 3 eye symbol really amounted to anything.
Right.
Maybe it's Persona 6 foreshadowing. I'm so fascinated by this blooming dungeon design. Like, it feels so specific to something, but I just don't think it's going to be.
Like, I feel like I've wandered into some sort of, like, Ikutsuki palace or something. Because, like, he liked to monitor everyone with his, like, creepy secret cameras and everything.
Nah, that's Persona Q too.
I guess you're right, yeah.
What, you don't even know what Q2 is, so...
I'm gonna go with it. Speaking of, the art I'm getting, which I was briefly discussing, you know, with said artist friend, it's like, yes, I'm gonna be toy. You know all the things that are good about toys, you know what I love about toys, so have fun with it.
It's like you wouldn't get that toy art.
Me get non-toy art would be, like, blasphemous. It would be very not like me. I have a brand, you know. I get toy avatars, I get toy art, I do toy things, I make toy art. I'm very consistent with my brand. Heck, I even role-play as toy characters in very serious, like, fantasy settings. You have, like, your very typical, like, you know, dwarves and orcs and stuff, and then you have, like, 2-foot-tall, brightly pastel-colored toy creature. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is also probably arguably kind of scary, because I have a habit of making powerful characters at times.
Yes, apparently. Given you've destroyed the universe, like, twice.
Yeah, and that was me being a plushie dragon.
Just casually destroying the universe because you touched something you shouldn't have touched.
Yeah, we were confronted with some kind of, like, portal device thing.
And the gods got mad.
Yeah, they didn't like me deleting a universe. I guess that's fair, though. Also became one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Anyway, this is why I don't have godly power. Apparently I'm really good at breaking universes with it. Tsubasa would not approve.
Not terribly.
And then, yeah, it turns out I think I was so bad I was not allowed to go into any of the extra, like, planar realms, you know, where, like, the gods and demons and everything. No one wanted that. They're like, nah, this is too dangerous. When you're so bad, hell doesn't want you. I could put that on a resume. Then again, I mean, I'm currently doing a tabletop thing in Baldur's Gate, and it's just like, it is I, Lord of Murder. I command thee to kill.
Yeah, what is up with that? How'd that happen?
I became a new god for fish cultists. It's really cool. By also killing the old god. I was like, this god here is a pretender, a faker. It is I, the real god of murder and death. Destroy this imposter. And
Did you, like, do that to, like, just do a charisma roll to convince him to side with
Pretty
you,
much.
and they believed
Yeah,
you,
and-
and now you're stuck that way.
Yeah, basically. I think it was something like that. Because, wow, I'm playing the very charismatic class. Big surprise when you're good at the charisma things. We were in the, like, cursed Darkland area, right? So, if you don't have, like, a source of light, you get ambushed by, like, super spooky shadow dimension creatures that are shadowy and invisible in the dark. Very bad. And what happened, right, is we came across a patrol that had a light source. And so I convinced them, as one does, that, oh, don't worry about it. You don't need the light source. That's just like propaganda or something. I don't know. It was something silly and made up like that. I convinced them to part with the like moon lantern or whatever they had, and they were like, "Ah, yes, of course. Understood. We will proceed normally. Everything is fine." And then they wander off without their light source, and then you hear sounds of distress and terror in the distance, and I'm just like, oh yeah, score one for the Lord of Murder.
Is the character like just completely just accepted their new role?
Yeah,
It's like,
I
yeah.
just kind of wandered into it.
They're just like, yeah, sure, I'm the Lord of Murder, the God of Murder now, or something like that.
I just show up and command people to die. Actually, come to think of it, I have a weird theme of being really adorable things, but that are also, in hindsight, really terrifying. Like, think about it. Adorable toy that literally deletes universes, whatever is going on in Baldur's Gate. And there was another RP in another server where, imagine like this sweet, adorable,
Oh,
like
God.
plushy dragon. Oh boy. Oh, that's rather fitting timing on that. But yeah, so one of those, right? You're hacking it apart and just slowly stitching itself back together, and it's just like, all right, now it's my turn. And then, you know, famous last words before removing the hands of said enemy, and probably losing an arm in the process.
Running around like a clown.
You know, things like that. Very, very normal. That was just like a DK noise.
Hmm?
What the Baphomet made or something. It was like DK noise. Is that not like a DK noise? That's what that makes me think of from like. Actually, I guess you wouldn't know because you didn't grow up with any like Nintendo games. But that is like such a 90s DK noise. This is where our weird disconnect of cultures comes in, because like I grew up with like a very different thing than you did. Where it's just like, ah yes, that makes me think of this funny game from the 90s from Nintendo, and it's like, what?
What no. What kind of treasure chest should two halves have?
That's a good question. Because random geometry seems like a very SMT thing. Just, you know, sometimes you have D4s, sometimes you have D6s, sometimes you have D20s. Imagine the voice acting for that must have been fun. Alright, here's your paycheck. Thank you. Unless it's like some random stock noise from somewhere. I don't even heckin' know.
Being old SMT, it could have been.
They have stock DK monkey noise, so I mean, chances are good there's other things in here. Also, I like that Arabaki's idol is just its hands, question mark, just kind of rotate a little bit. That's it. That's all it does. It just rotates. It's really good.
Ooh.
Oh, sick! Oh, now we're talking. Oh, we need to go back and save now. Null fire? Oh, yeah, now we're talking. Into Lucky Find.
No.
That's not as cool as what Mizuchi was getting.
I think Lucky Find is basically just like the pickup skill from Pokemon, so it just makes them give you items more.
Basically, like, Jack-O-Lantern just wants to roleplay as a Zigzagoon, just randomly pick up objects.
Yeah, that sort of thing. I guess really, in two halves, Law would be siding with the Cognition organization, with the Terra group.
That's true.
And then Chaos would be siding with... I can never remember what we called them. It was Octave.
Octave. Okay, yeah. So it was a music term.
I thought sure there was like a pony called Octave.
Octavia.
Oh, maybe?
I've watched like the entirety of season or Gen 4, so I'm like, yep, I know what you're talking about. The latest Gen doesn't hit the same way as Gen 4 does, though. Feels just more generic.
Yeah,
Like children thing.
Imagine them kind of try to just be generic and safe because they've got rid of the old writers, and I imagine Hasbro doesn't really want to have the bronies back.
Something tells me, yeah, internally they're like, oh, this is weird. Well, think of how conservative America is. They're just like, this is for girls only. They're
Not
just
even
like,
that,
no,
or like, let's try and keep the adults away from the minors.
Which is understandable. I completely get that. But also, you know, the reason why adults got into that is because it was well written, it was interesting. It was more appealing to people of all ages. It wasn't just like mindless like garbage to entertain people up to like age 8, and then it's just like, you know. A lot of people just seem to want to make like children's shows that are just like basically treating everyone as if they have like ADHD and just make things very colorful and very distracting, but there's no real essence to it. But yeah, it really is just a shame because for me, Gen 4 was very peak. It was just so different.
I just avoided it because I don't like musicals.
That's understandable.
No, me neither.
All right. No, I will know the rules of the house. No musicals around the Aether.
Wait, you
Wow, thank you for giving me all this free stuff. All right, bye.
Fuck
Wow.
birds. What have they ever done for me?
Apparently. They've stolen your stuff and flew off, which is about right for birds, actually. That sounds like extremely like what a bird does. They just kind of go, bye.
Babs, cat, whatever the heck, are clearly magpies.
Yep, so long, and thanks for all the items.
No, that's dolphins.
Oh, that's true. I mean, what are dolphins but, like, seabirds?
No!
Wow, of course. Just like, wow, you know what's really cool? The fact that this was involved in a crime scene, we're going to mark it up so much, people are going to love it. It's like, of course, of course. How am I not surprised? Ooh, dangerous bellboy. Bell tolls for others when the bellboy's around.
Yes.
You could, like, totally make a story of that. Almost like there is one right now.
Bellboy.
Bellboy! I mean, it's one letter off from a different series.
True.
So you can't tell me there's not a link here. Anyway. No, I almost feel like I would just fit in personality-wise in this series, just because I feel like I just have that like element, you know?
Because you're a goofball.
Yes. I am absolutely the opposite of serious, like at all times. I just can't be serious. The Gatewater Hotel, Murder Manor. The TM on that.
You'll be dying to stay here.
Perfect. All right. Marketing, you nailed it. Anyway.
Our rates will kill you.
Our final resting place for the next day. Our staff work the grave shift to bring you deals that will kill you. Surprise.
I think we're getting a bit off track.
I think we are. Here, I'm like completely derailed from whatever story is happening here. I'm just like, yeah, we can make a whole thing of this.
We know precisely which room you'll be staying in, and we have a knife. We will fucking cut you.
Exactly.
Just keeps getting more and more fucked up the longer you see the TV ad. There it is, his official name. I kind of want to go on the Ace Attorney wiki and create the page, the bellboy who swore the affidavit, and have it redirect to bellboy.
Oh my gosh, we should though.
But it's
It's a lot of
sign
effort,
up
though.
for a thing.
It's like making.
You
an
don't have to
entire,
sign up, but
like,
also,
wiki page.
but also they've been inundated with wiki defacing, so that's also they don't want to deal with that.
Is it really defacing if the game says that he's chosen this and that name?
He technically does declare himself with that name.
Oh, one alternate names. Okay, no, it is there. Mystery solved.
I'm glad that we're not dead naming him.
Oh, it's
Yes.
very important.
The name that he just murdered.
Yeah.
In the murder hotel. Also, it's funny how you did before, like people being able to read Fence's blue text is very JoJo. This guy looks like a JoJo character.
Yeah,
We're actually
definitely.
correct.
In fact,
He
I
has
think
like
it's like a part 4 or 5 character that's all pink like this.
Probably
maybe
Dio.
there's someone who
Well, there's only
That-
Dio. No, not Dio.
I mean-
It's we've got Dio's face, but
I just say that to bother JoJo's fans. I just call out every character Dio.
yeah, that will definitely upset people.
They have the audacity they just consider Roundabout by Yes to be the funny meme song. It's like, there's a whole fucking song there. Don't debase Roundabout by just referring to it as a JoJo meme, you psychos.
Wow.
despite being rather purple,
Yeah.
and there being no blue in your office.
Ed White has a color blindness issue, and he thinks that he put a bunch of blue in his office. Nope, turns out it's actually none of that is blue. Here you go, there's your deep character lore. Is it real? Maybe. We could pretend it is.
You have enough viewers on YouTube, it is.
If you have enough of a following, anything can be real, which is tragically
Terrifying.
too real, actually. Yeah, it is actually really terrifying.
Oh, Grossberg is very old, right? He's probably at least 25 or something.
Yep. As we all know, the anime rules. You're either a young man, as a certain character constantly likes to say in one of the games we've been let's playing, or immediately when you get 1 year older, you're old. There's no in between. You're either a young man or young woman or young whatever, or you're just corpse. Ask anyone in anime. 35 is you're just, that's it. You're just old now.
Or depending on the anime, 18.
True. Well, anime in 18-year-olds in anime just straight up look like they're 30. You want to know what the most egregious example is? JoJo.
You Jojo.
You can't. They don't look like
all
they're
comes back to
18.
JoJo.
They look like, yeah, exactly. They look like they're 30-year-olds cosplaying as 18-year-olds.
It's or 25 or 64. I'm sorry. That's a song by Chicago. They should not hire me to name stands because I would pick stuff like Wango Tango, reinventing the wheel to run myself over.
Surely Wango Tango is a stand, unless I'm misremembering.
Imagine a stand called, like, Imagine Dragons, and its special ability is dragons everywhere. That'd be great.
Other good names for a stand, and by that I mean terrible names. Shock the Monkey. That's a classic rock song. I don't know enough about JoJo to answer anything further. I just named the stands.
Now you've got
Ice
me, like,
Cream
very-
Man would be an awesome stand.
Really would. Just have, like, the ice cream truck music playing whenever, like, it's activated and stuff. It like, messes with your mind. It makes you think there's ice cream, but that's, like, the real trap of it, and it starts to brain freeze you.
I did recently learn that there is an official X-Men character whose special power is that they can defecate ice cream.
Why?
Wow. Stand abilities have no rhyme or reason. They just are.
Their mutant name is Soft Serve.
Oh no.
Beautiful.
I love how he's like, oh, Mr. White's a busy man. I don't think you're allowed to be busy when it comes to court summons.
No. Court summons are pretty important. You don't just, like, not go to them.
Since when?
Blanco Nino is a really, good sleeper joke, if you're not thinking about it.
Oh,
It's based... My friends call me White Boy.
Wow. You know it's important because it's in red text. Ever just, like, accentuate your talking points verbally by speaking in red?
He does authority. Yes.
You can hear the color commentary in the words, you know?
Yes. Get to that. That line. That line's kind of is a light meme for being very gay.
It's just like, darn it, I wish we hadn't met. I've only been able to think of you, Mr. Right. Anyway, there you go. I ship it. Anyway.
Good.
I'm so sorry. Well, I mean, you planted it. All he needs to do is have the blush while he's looking away, and it's just like, you know, maybe throw in some baka, and you have it.
I don't think he has any blushing expressions now that I think about it.
No, I don't think he
what
does.
a stiff.
Right? Come on. Edgeworth, you don't even have any, like, flustered emotion there? Jeez. Stiff indeed.